Is there still a chance? Yes. It is not as likely as I would have thought 6 months ago. The Rockets will move mountains for him. The Rockets inquired.
Well, let's stop. What would move mountains entail?
They will get rid of everyone on the roster other than Harden, CP3, and Capella, and to clear up the space to do a sign and trade for LeBron, and they will include draft picks. They will do whatever it takes.
They better include draft picks.
Yeah, and I think also Chris Paul would be willing to get off of the max contract to talk about something a little bit shorter to try to be able to help LeBron. Because they would
think he would?
Man, you have to with LeBron. Like if the ownership and the general manager can't feel about LeBron that way, and Chris Paul say we're best friends, and he can't take less money, what is Chris Paul?
Why can't LeBron take a little less?
I think they can get together and figure it out.
I'm just saying.
Sure, absolutely. The point that I'm trying to make is this: the Rockets will do anything to get him. You know Daryl Morey's philosophy: give me all the USA basketball players you can, and I'll figure it out from there. Also, you know who I believe agrees with me that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player ever? The general manager of the Houston Rockets. You know who I know thinks LeBron James wanted to see if they could get LeBron James last year at the deadline? The owner of the Houston Rockets. The Rockets have been dead set on this for a long time. They also, to me, Chris, give LeBron the best chance to win a title next year. Now, maybe not long term, but next year. I just don't think, for some reason, it's that attractive to LeBron.
I agree with you on that. Obviously, a sign and trade with Cleveland would be difficult. They'd have to be all in on that. And they'd have to take on maybe Ryan Anderson's contract, 2 years, $41 million left. Why would they do that? They'd have to take on even if it was Eric Gordon and P.J. Tucker, that obviously depletes Houston's roster. But also, here's the thing. Does James Harden want LeBron? I don't think so.
I've never even heard that question.
You saw his quote from the award ceremony on Monday night. It was essentially, he said, I don't think we need to make any moves to either get rid of people or add people to get better. We're right there. And I got to be honest, I get it. If I'm James Harden, I don't want LeBron James.
It's better for his career.
Exactly. If I'm James Harden, I'm thinking, we're the best team in the league right now. If Chris Paul was healthy for 6 and 7, we're in the finals and we win the championship, and it's my team. If LeBron goes there and they win it, guess who it's all about?
It's all about LeBron.
Also,
that's just a thought pattern of athletes.
No, I get it. That's a well-respected opinion right there. I like that. And also, F. Harden, the night that he is crowned MVP, if he says, you know something? Man, we need to go out and get whoever we can get. You know what that says about his teammates he got now? Man, they start to question the little brotherhood that they were trying to establish. Because without the Chris Paul injury, and I believe that the Houston Rockets believe this. Their owner believes it. Their general manager believes it. And now Harden, they believe they're better right now than Golden State, even though they didn't get the championship this year.
If LeBron, go ahead.
And I know you looked at me funny. If you're Harden, don't you think he believes they're the best team in the world?
Yes.
So don't you think he would?
Do you think Harden thinks he's the best player in the world?
I think he might think he's the best player in the world.
I don't think that, but go ahead. But maybe he does. He might.
I think there's a good chance he does.
Okay.
I think there's a good chance. And if I'm James Harden, and I think we're better than Golden State, P.J. Tucker, Chris Paul, Luke Mbamute, this was their first year. We should have even more chemistry next year. If I win a championship, I want to do it as the number one guy, not as LeBron's sidekick.
Which, by the way, he would have the opportunity to do 3 years down the line.
I want to do it now.
Sure, no, but the point that I'm making is I think James Harden understands that maybe they are neck and neck with Golden State. I think they are. If he thinks they're better than them, I get that. They won more games. They're up 3-2 in the series. But he doesn't think they're drastically better than Golden State, right?
No.
And you can be the better team and lose a series, right? Even if Chris Paul were healthy, they could have lost that series. I don't think they would have, but they could have. I would think James Harden is smart enough to know the only thing left on his basketball resume is championship. He got $300 million from Adidas. He got $300 million in the NBA coming to him, or that is, he's earned and coming to him. He's got an MVP. He's got a Sixth Man of the Year. He's got first-team All-NBA. The only thing left's championships. And same with Chris Paul. And now I know Chris Paul and LeBron have the relationship. When Chris Paul would like to have LeBron, the GM would like to have LeBron, the owner and the coach would like to have LeBron.
Chris Paul just joined Harden. So what's the difference?
No, I know all of them would want LeBron. And I'm not saying Harden doesn't like LeBron or anything like that.
No.
It's nothing to do with that. This is the mentality, in my opinion, of a big-time athlete. Russell Westbrook doesn't want a bunch of people coming to play with. He wants some guys so they can win, but there are guys that, Kawhi Leonard, he's like, wherever I go, we're going to win it. Michael Jordan said, I want to win, but I want to be the reason we win.
So Steph and KD are just in a different category then?
I think Steph is a different personality than James Harden.
And what about KD?
It's obvious.
I think KD is
let us
too.
know. He's totally different.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they're different. And I
Harden
also
is
think their
unlike-
games are different. Like, LeBron going to Houston they wouldn't be as seamless of a transition as KD going to Golden State.
We thought there was questions with Chris Paul joining him. There's more questions with someone like LeBron because as much as he touches the basketball.
Okay, agreed. Let me also ask you this. If we're all saying Houston, Golden State, as presently constituted, neck and neck, if Houston adds LeBron James, who's the best team in basketball next year?
On paper, it's Houston.
It's Houston.
But it'd be an incredible chemistry experiment.
And it's destructive. When you have built this chemistry with guys, it's hard to bring another guy in and for me publicly to talk bad about my guys.
I understand
because
that
if you
part.
accept the LeBron that we have to gut the team, then what does that say for Ariza? What does that say for P.J. Tucker? When all these things you've been telling all these people, your word in sports, it means something. In that locker room, it means something. And I believe that the Houston Rockets, especially in the locker room, they feel like they don't need LeBron.
I think that, like you said, I think Chris and all those guys, the executives, want LeBron. But if I'm James Harden, and I do believe he feels this way, I think we can get it done without him.
Can I just do this the other way, though, real quick? Why do you think Houston doesn't seem to be on LeBron's list of real options? It seems L.A., Cleveland, then maybe Philly. I feel like Miami at this point has a better chance than Houston.
I think one thing LeBron looks... Now, we've heard about his wife and maybe LeBron not liking Houston. I think he's looking at a place he can settle down eventually, and I think that's L.A. or Cleveland. I also think he understands what it would take to get him. Like you said, they'd have to gut everything. You got James Harden, Chris Paul, LeBron James. Where are your shooters? Where are your 3-and-D guys, your rebounders? Now, maybe they get them, but if you don't have them... You can't. That's a chemistry
They'd also
experiment.
keep Capella.
Yeah,
They'd also have Capella.
And I believe that part of LeBron telling teams, I don't want this real deep dive into what you're doing. LeBron and his team have already done that.
Yep.
Like, they know all that coming in, so don't waste my time. Let's talk about the things that we need to talk about. And I believe that Houston is a part of the equation, but I just believe the odds lead to L.A. or staying in Cleveland.
But America should also know Houston's the one team that can be essentially eliminated Friday. If LeBron does not opt in to his contract, you can basically cross Houston off the list. They have no path to signing him outright as a free agent. So Friday would be essentially the deadline for Houston to still be a viable option.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.